man like Mr. Fabz. Aye, aye, aye. Friday Fever on your radio. And in case that passed you by, like Mr. Fab's dry jokes.
What?
That right there, Red Rat. Busy, blaz.
The sample sound. To this one.
Yes, to Major and Weddy Side with producer Chrome. What do you think of that song, Manze?
I think it's a dope sample. One thing that Major always knows is how to make a song bang at the club, and that's always his secret sauce. And let me tell you, there's been a lot of sampling of the old dancehall sounds, but nobody can do it like Major, bro,
yes,
for sure.
Also, not only is the sampling game on top, but also the lyrics inside. So kazini kuna wale wasewa wanasemanga, oh, hii kazi nitawacha, oh, hii kazi hainibambi, oh, sijui nani. Alafu kesho yeye ndio wa kwanza kwa ofisi unajua.
Alafu anaweza kuchocha ukuita, alafu upate bado wako hapo, man. It be like that.
16 years later kijana bado wako pale too, the same old place, but there's no movement at all. But Mr. Fabz, how's your week been, manze?
My week has been dope. We've had some amazing shows this week, but you know what? It's Friday, time to let loose. We've worked hard enough. If you ask me, we need to be paid early, but you know.
If only we could be able to make those decisions.
Yeah, but it's been a good week for me. What about you, bro?
Yes, my week has been good, man. It gets even better because the weekend is here. Footballing action, relax, kidogo, and other things.
And you're in action this weekend. You know. I know you, man.
Don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy who spills all the tea when hata tujaleta thermos kwa meza.
Mazena tuko na wageni
kwa. Tuko na wageni bana. I apologize. But talking about wageni, manze, our guest, of course, we usually like to say, unajua, as an MC, usually on the mic, they usually like, our next guest needs no introduction. But sometimes the guest actually needs the introduction. He needs you to say the things about him, so that even as the crowd is receiving him, they know Wagwan. So our guest, of course, he needs a lot of introduction, and we need to give him his due flowers, of course. But he's an actor, a filmmaker, musician, a playwright, screenwriter, scriptwriter, songwriter, any theater director, voice artist. Man, there are so many things under his belt. And one time, for the first time ever on a Trace FM, welcome Charles J Ouda.
Thank you for having me, guys.
let me spill the beans, Charles. Let me tell you something. So now if you want to know if Neville wants to have you on the interview, he'll prepare how to introduce you. So I can tell he prepared how to introduce you. So definitely it's good to have you here, bro.
Those prep.
Prep is a must. Charles, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. And first and foremost, we'd like to give you your flowers. So thank you very much for all the contribution that you have made to the industry in general. You know, there are so many people like myself who, you know, when we were young, we were like, oh, we see this guy in so many things, man. But at the same time, he's building his way, he's building his craft, and he's doing his own thing and making his way. So congratulations for all your achievements.
Thank you so much.
You deserve all of them. And thank you very much for coming through.
No, it's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, how's your week been thus far? Talk to us.
Well, you know, just doing my thing. Right now, I'm on set shooting this wonderful show called Salem with a couple of really talented actors and a really great crew. I'm also building a wonderful little podcast with the one, the only, the marvelous Shiro Muriyuki. So we're going to have the podcast coming out at the end of this month. That's the Undiscovered Podcast.
That's nice. I like that.
Are you guys ready for the banter that comes with anyone who starts a podcast right now?
Bro.
I stay ready.
How our other guest is looking at you. Bombastic.
I have like 3 or 4 folding chairs in the house.
Nice.
I'm ready for anybody who tries to bring something. I've been training on the treadmill, doing pull-ups. I'm ready. I'm very ready. And also beside that, just also got a little initiative on the side. Shout out Nice Kidinji Talent Studio. We're trying to train the next generation of Kenyan actors.
Of course. I like that. Yes, you've talked about that. I wanted us to actually start from there, talk about talent studios, because many a times I watch interviews of some of the greatest actors, and I watch also interviews of some of the upcoming actors like Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq St. Patrick on Power, and he talks about preparation, and he talks about also not only having the talent but also having the training.
Oh yes. See, the thing about our industry is a lot of the actors who are out here doing the work, shout out to all of them, because they're working without training. You learned on the job. You got cast cast in a play, you got put onto a show, and you just kind of learned from there. But there is a couple of people out here. Shout out Nyokafi Masharia. Also, happy birthday, Nyokafi Masharia.
Happy birthday.
She trained in the UK.
Nice.
Kate Snow trained in the UK as well. Myself and Melissa Kipling actually trained in the States. And bringing that knowledge back, you kind of realize like our industry, the only way it can grow is one, with unity, and two, with training. And when we did a show, myself and Nice, that was 2022, I believe.
Okay.
We did a show together, and when we're sitting down, we just decided, you know what? We need to give this knowledge back. And we need to start training people on the ground.
Nice.
We kind of developed this syllabus, and we have 2 cohorts, hoping to start a third one, which will just be for kids.
Congratulations.
And just train the actors as they come through the system. Give them that opportunity to grow their skills and be better at the craft.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's actually dope, because if we look at the stories of a lot of actors, you included, there's always this one place that pops up, KNT, Kenya National Theatre. Like for the Kenyan industry, how important is like KNT to the building of, you know, the industry? Like,
oh man,
like is it the most important cog, or is it time that we start to look at
Cog is the right one.
I'm a dictionary. So I would say, in my experience, I think there are 3. I would say there are 3 theater spaces in Nairobi. Well, 2 in Nairobi and 1 in Mombasa that I think are very important for any performer of a certain generation. So, like, KNT is definitely one of them. Everybody who's anybody went through KNT. Another one I would say is it's a kind of a tie between like what used to be the Phoenix Theater. It's not there anymore, but again, a big space.
Yes.
Alliance Française in town. Great spaces, lots of theater, very performance and art encouraging. And then for me, the third one would have to be Little Theater.
Little Theater Club.
Those guys, man, they've been doing the work. They're out there grinding. I have such respect for them. And it's just such a wonderful, welcoming space. And if you're a performer, I always tell people, never dive in on TV or film. No. Start with a play. Start with a play. If you have the opportunity, and if you can hold your own on a theater stage where you're doing a show 7 times in a week, you know, bro, working on a set, it'll be
easy.
Like that. It'll be chop in and out. That's kind of the vibe.
Nice. I like that. And maybe you could give us a bit of tips on before I want to take this story somewhere else, but I want you to also just tell guys maybe how they could enroll, be a part, because I'm sure there are guys who are like, yo, Charles, you're Talanta, man. I want to be there, I want to pay whatever, I want to be a part of this, I want to learn. So kind of give us the scoop. So, okay, if you want to train with me and Nice, that's at the Talent Studio, right? So the Talent Studio, you can follow us on Instagram. That's at @the_talent_studio_. And you hit us up with a DM. I promise you someone will respond within the hour, and we'll give you all the details about enrollment. And once, because our system is kind of something that's big for me, is like working on improv, and you cannot understand you cannot understand the rules of the craft, how to bend the rules until you learn the rules. You cannot understand where you're going until you understand your history. So we're big on like focusing on your history, focusing in on like improvisation, the various techniques, and then kind of breaking it down so that it can be used practically for the actor, the modern East African performer.
Right.
We're you know, like, it's great, we can think about all those like foreign spaces, but at the end of the day, who's our biggest market? We're performing for each other. So we want to develop that next generation of East African and African actor who can work seamlessly with your Tom Cruises or your Selomake Kankubes, you know, that kind of vibe.
Tom Cruise. If I can get on a Tom Cruise movie, I think my problems are over, bro.
All your missions
are you sure?
possible.
Do you want to be hanging outside of a plane as it takes off?
Top Panga Maverick, not Top Guy.
Please, no,
Panga Maverick.
No. Like, stick to the music. We love you on this other side. Please, one lane is okay.
All right, cool.
Tafadhali, please, usitufinye sana.
Sawa, nimewacha. But I have to ask this. Being an established actor, you've been on different shows and all of that. There's your personality, who you are, and then you go on set and then you have to take up a role. Are there roles that like you enjoy. So ukifika pale, I don't know how it goes, but it's like, hey bro, leo utakuwa chef jo, sawa. Ama like, are there roles that get you excited? Yeah, when you go on set and you want to do a
like
movie,
I know Fabz, you'd like to play a playboy in Mbaya, isn't it?
No,
that's like the way you are.
The pimp.
The pimp.
Yeah.
No,
but yes, tell us about some of those roles.
I mean, okay, I've been lucky enough to like play the gamut of just about everything. I think the ones that I found the greatest joy playing, and this is going to sound really weird,
tell us,
was I really enjoyed playing the unpredictability of the psychopath. Because again, if you shape it well, nobody knows where you're going, not even your director.
Wait, do you know where the exits are here? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm already looking for the exits, bro.
Listen, I'll just tell you this: when you play an assassin, I can already tell you that the only exit of this room is behind me. So you have to get through me to go.
So that kind of a role, yeah.
Those kinds of things really make me happy. Also, just characters who are off the beat, like not your regular like 9-to-5 office type. Characters who challenge the norms of society. People who are characters where I'm allowed to laugh like I'm out of my mind. Like the Joker. It's like
crazy you said the Joker, because there are people who say if you play a role like the Joker, so sometimes you have a script, you play that role so well, and then after you're done with, the movie is out or the series is out, and then that role that you played can sometimes be part of who you are going forward. How true is that though?
Oh man, I mean, it really depends on the performer. For my students, I like to encourage them to push the character as far as you possibly can, but again, always center yourself. Do not lose sight of who you are and what it takes, whether it's meditation, whether it's certain daily activities that you do just to kind of bring yourself back in, because again, that has happened to me. I've played a character where I kind of slipped all the way off the reservation, and I was a playboy, and I took that. I went method, man.
Bro, I don't agree. I played a playboy, so now I'm a playboy.
It was wild.
Hey,
most of us don't need to play it.
Don't throw stones at our guest, please. Our guest, reserve him. Please leave our guest alone.
But that's the best excuse ever. Why you a playboy? I was in a movie, I played a playboy. Now I'm forever a playboy, guys.
Listen, I did it, and all I'm gonna say is for a year and a half, I don't remember.
I don't remember. Words of a playboy, I don't remember. Big up yourself, Brian, all the way from Eldoret, City of Champions, saying you recognize the voice in studio but ni uso tu ndo imekupotea kidogo. I like that. That's what us radio presenters, those are the comments we used to get. Your voice is familiar. It's just the face and the voice. As umbatani, they cannot match.
Do they think that's a compliment though?
It's
maybe they assume it's a compliment.
Exactly. It's like a best of both worlds,
But better a good voice than a good face.
No. Better a good face than a good voice. It's because you don't have it. It's okay. Play us some music, Mr. Fabz.
Ngoja nazima hata kila kitu. Okay, I'll give you that one. Today you win.
We are all beautiful.
Wow.
So in the eye of the beholder.
Sawa, tusonge.
But talking about Isonge, but of course, our guest in studio needs a lot of introduction. Man like Charles is in studio. And if you don't know, he's starred in over 8 plays as a lead actor. Besides that, directed 2 shows, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix,
and
yes.
And 2 shows in New York.
New York too. Yeah. So plus a lot of shows he has done. Also over the years, he has played the lead role in several of Kenya's most acclaimed TV series like Better Days, Makutano Junction, Crime and Justice, and many more. Sijui Mr. Fabz gani hapa.
I was watching Crime and Justice. I haven't seen you yet. I don't know when you appear. Tell me the episode so that I can counter check. Unajua pia stories za Jaba Nairobi ni mob.
No lies. Season 2 episode 1.
Season 2 episode 1.
Yes. Alongside the wonderful Sarah Hassan and Alfie Munya. Shout out you guys. You guys are awesome.
I see Makbul there as well.
Yes, and Makbul Mohammed too.
It's crazy, man. I mean, like, it's such a step up for the Kenyan scene. Like, just have like a TV show that you can actually come watch. The quality is good, the content is good as well, So I love it, man.
Yes, and talking about TV shows, I want to ask you this. I want you to give me your own opinion. Okay? So I want to play you a mashup of some sort. Sosi, help me out here. Take for me this phone, please. Oh, you have already a...
Aginene.
But Fabz, help me with this first. I want to ask Charles an interesting question here. So, I want your opinion on this. Nobody else says, don't be influenced by nobody. This is all about you. So, Charles, today on Twitter, I was asking our audience and our people who interact with us, what's the greatest Kenyan TV show ever made?
Ooh, my lord.
And as you're thinking about it, I want to play you a mashup of some of the theme songs to some of the TV shows that we've had in Kenya. As you're thinking about it, and then when we are done with this, I want you to tell me what's the greatest Kenyan TV show ever made. So, we played you an array of Kenyan TV shows from Beba Beba to Cobra Squad to Inspector Moela to Papa Shirandula and many more that I have missed out on. So what's the greatest Kenyan TV show ever made, Charles?
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, hey, we can pull this. We can jump back in time and be like Tahamaki.
Ooh.
We can. I can be a little bit biased, and I can say Makutano Junction.
Ooh.
I can say the one that changed my career, Better Days.
Better Days.
I can talk about some stuff that's on TV right now. Shout out Salem.
Ooh.
Salem is
okay.
pretty dope.
Okay.
Can talk about Crime and Justice, which was pretty great too. Can talk about Tahidi High. Yep. I mean, there's so many good shows, but if I had to pick one
that is on the top of the mountain,
for me, I'm going to say, I'm gonna, you know what? Internal bias. Makutano Junction. It's true. I mean, except for that second season where the story was really just, it was basically a marketing opportunity for Royco.
Yes.
But aside from that,
yes,
I think strong, very strong, well-written storylines. Some really, really strong acting when it was, kind of channeled in the right direction.
Yeah.
Some wonderful performances, Mzee Omari, Onyango Wino, my God, Naomi Kamau. It was just
flashbacks.
So many great flashbacks for me. And I think if I'm being honest with you, that show had such a great impact on TV and the way we as actors and also the guys who work in the industry approached that show. Okay. And also it birthed one of my favorite shows to ever work on. It birthed the No Zone. And 3 seasons of the No Zone deep. I say this with the most serious face. I love them kids.
You love them kids. Charles has said it. The greatest Kenyan TV show ever, Makutano Junction. I like that. And also add like Beba and a bit of Cobra Squad to it because they tried to do their thing.
Listen. Cobra Squad tried to do their thing, but we all know the greatest police show on TV. We know Tahamaki. Easily. Okay, fine. That debate we've put it to rest as of now. For now, we've put it aside. But thank you very much for indulging us in that. And maybe we could continue on in the conversations of you've been a casting director before. Yes.
Tell me about that whole process and what are some of the things you look for? Because I've stepped into the room when I'm the other side of it, where I have to impress you. So tell me some of the things as maybe actors who are aspiring, who want to go into this room.
Wait, guys. You went for a casting
Yes,
for what?
he did.
You think I'm
What
only
to
here
act
on radio?
as a priest?
No.
Did you?
We can't say
did
a
you-
lot of things.
I can't tell you what it was for. All I'll say is that there's a new project coming out 2024, and I got to see this lovely man for his audition.
So you can act.
He can actually act. He has some chops.
Wacha niongee na guest wetu. Wacha maneno yako. Charles, so talk to us about casting directing.
All right, so being a casting director, I love to tell. First of all, just this is a note for every person who is an actor or is aspiring to be an actor. When you walk into a casting session, I want you to always realize one thing: the casting director wants you to succeed. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you grow. I want to see you show us your own unique take on this character.
Yeah.
So, you have the time to work the piece and just have fun. And more important than that, please come prepared. I don't want to be in the middle of the session being like, okay, let's try that again. And, okay, no, okay, let's take
it
3.
again.
Okay, no, take 4. Nah, please, no. And also, something that I learned when I was working in casting in a separate industry, it's also the thing to remember is you should never tell the casting director how to do their job. So when you're going in for an audition, don't be like, oh, I messed up my line. Cut. Let's start again, bro. No. If you can't get the etiquette here, when you get onto a set, and the casting director, generally casting directors are very nice.
Yeah.
But if you can't get the etiquette with me, some directors I know are a-holes.
Yes.
They are, and it's tough.
Yeah.
And if you're working it sound like that, you'll pull that stunt once, maybe twice, and then the second time, he'll just be like, "Thank you, we're wrapped for the day. You go home."
You go home.
So you've been on the side of the, you're running the things, guys. Neville is coming there, trying to look like an actor, like he knows how to do this. And what's your worst casting experience on this other side, like the way Neville came? I don't know.
So if I come in as an actor,
Like in your experience, in your journey, like your worst casting, like you can't forget this thing, man. Sometimes you're just going about your good day, and then you remember,
and then you have flashbacks,
Yes.
and then you're just like, guy,
tell us about that.
Okay, so I'll give you 2 stories. So as a casting director,
Yes.
right? My worst experience, I think, was so in the middle of this audition, it's a scene between like a guy and a girl, and they're kind of having an argument, and this girl got really into the argument, and she punched this dude. So as the casting director, I froze behind the camera. I was just like, and dude comes back up, and he was going to hit her. He was going to hit her. So I had to shout, "Cut! Okay, thank you so much. Wow. I sent everyone home, called in the next set, and from then on, every time I audition a role that has some kind of physicality, I'm like, please also remember you don't need to touch this person, okay? You can do your thing, but you don't have to touch them. All right? Because also, if it's in the scene for the audition, that's some stuff the fight director or the choreographer or the director themselves or the intimacy coach will take care of on site. But don't lay your hands on somebody.
Maybe the thought, like in the movies when they see people fighting, maybe it's for real. But that's you as a casting director. But you as an actor.
Now me as an actor. Yeah. Oh, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Give us a story time.
Hey, story time. Story time. Okay, so I go in for this audition, and I had been working on this. It was like a sort of a rap musical type thing, and they call me in. My agent sends me the paperwork. I'm like, great, I'm gonna work on this all week. For context, this was not Hamilton. It's another rap musical. My Hamilton audition was very great, actually. So I go in for this musical audition. I've done my prep the whole week, set up, and I didn't realize at the time I had a cold. So I step into this musical audition and I croaked like, and oh my god, okay, okay, let me try that again. And the director starts laughing. Then as he's laughing, and you can see the other person behind him, and he's like, okay, why don't we go straight into the rap section? You have the song that we sent to you, right? And I was like, yes, I do.
I Kuji, man.
And blank, completely, absolutely blank.
Wow.
And at the end of the audition, I walk out. I go down onto the streets in New York, and I'm standing outside. It's snowing, and I'm looking up at the sky. And I just shouted in Kiswahili like, "Boss, niaje?" Mbona unanidu hivi? Tuliongea. People on the street, it's New York.
Yeah.
Shouting people is regular.
Yeah.
So people on the street just kind of walking by, and you can sort of see they're giving you that look like, oh my God, another crazy immigrant.
Another black
black immigrant who's losing their minds in the city. And the whole time on the train going home, I think for months after that kind of trauma just sticks with you to the point where when I did go in for the Hamilton audition, I was so deeply prepared that fear made me so scared, and I was so deeply prepared that when I went in that open audition, I think they saw about 2,000, 3,000 people a day for a week.
Wow.
I was number 1025 or 1028.
Yeah.
And I got called in for 2 callbacks.
Ooh,
so it's like you see more than 15,000 people and you think, oh, this dude has something. Let's drag him in. So
nice. I like that. Congratulations. And as we said, we appreciate all your contributions to the culture, what you've done. You've answered some of our burning questions, some of them not too good, some of them.
The one you've not answered is what Neville is casting for. Watch out for this man. He asked me before you came if kissing scenes are for real on the movies.
Depends on the film. Depends on the film.
You can ask. Just ask directly. Ask him what you want to ask.
Okay, so if Neville gets on that,
will he be kissing?
Yeah, will he be kissing like babes for real? Or there's like Aka effect in the editing software.
Man them send Aka effect.
Sir,
come on.
Let me tell you the answer that I give everybody else when they ask me about things I can't talk about.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny that this is going to be a factor in the issue.
Thank you very much, Chance. I like that. And before we let you go, we just want to ask you a few ice-breaking questions here and there, just to get to feel out your other kind of personality, because we've talked talent, studio, we've talked about your journey, we've talked about the good TV shows that we've had, we've talked about you being a casting director, we've not talked about you being a script writer. How's that like? Because you mentioned it in passing and being like, you've gotten more respect now.
Yes, it's weird. When I was coming up, it was that thing for like, oh, we're an actor. What else do you do? But now it's like, oh wait, you're an actor, but you're also a writer, and you write for television. And that actually, again, shout out to the guys on Makutano Junction. They gave me that first opportunity and just kind of helped me. They taught me the rules of it, and then once you learn the rules, it's easier to know how to bend them. So that was a lot of fun, and just kind of getting to work on stuff. By the time I was doing my first short film before I left Kenya to go to the States, and then doing Waiting Room, which was the film that won all the awards in New York and stuff. It's just about like putting down stories, things that you're interested in, stories you want to tell, and then kind of structuring it in a way that it works for you. And it works because, again, people always say, oh, is there an audience for this, blah, blah, blah. And I learned something. It's one of the more famous quotes from the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. And it's crazy because as I get older and I watch like movies and TV shows and all of that, it's easier for me to tell when it's a poor script. And I think a lot of the guys on the other side sometimes assume that the consumer might just fly. Exactly. But we actually know when someone has put down time to write
exactly.
And also just adding to his point, like these days as a consumer, it's become more than just entertainment, right? Yes, they have to learn something, have to feel a way about it. It's just not, oh yes, there's this mom and dad and they're fighting, oh blah blah blah.
It's like, it's boring, but where's the undercurrent? It's like someone once told me, it's like, oh, that's pretty TV. I'm like, pretty TV doesn't exist. At some level, if I'm seeing you if I'm seeing you 5 times a week or once a week, right? there has to be something beyond your face to keep me coming back. There's got to be some vibe. There's got to be a story. There's got to be something that just inspires me or it feels aspirational. Those are the stories that I love to tell.
Nice. I like that, and thank you very much for coming through. And before we let you go, as we said, ice-breaking kind of questions.
Let's go for it.
Charles J Ouda, I want you to play the game with me. It's called If the Catch Was. So I'm going to give you two sides of a statement, and you have to decide ni side gani imekubamba. Very simple. So for the first time ever on Trace FM First with the Hits, we're going to play the game If the Catch Was with a man like Charles Ouda on Trace Drive. So the first question is, would you accept the ability to fly if the catch was you'd have to be completely naked at all times?
Wait, naked at all times, like when I'm flying?
Yeah.
Or just at all times in general? Like when I'm walking through life naked for the rest of my life?
You see, when you came out of that casting room and you looked up in the sky, and then, assuming you're the guy who was flying, when you look up and that's you, it'll be like, where banana? But it's like you're naked.
And I've left my clothes.
Yeah. So you can only fly naked, basically.
I can only fly naked?
Yeah.
I'm a nudist anyway, so why not?
So flying naked
is okay. Nobody's up there to see.
It's just you, the air, the birds, the clouds, maybe a few aliens, blah, blah.
Yeah, we can deal with those aliens.
Okay, we continue. Next question on the game, If the Catch Was, would you accept the ability to hear people's thoughts? If the catch was, you yourself would lose the ability to lie.
Oh my Lord.
So when you're out there, you're casting, directing, you can hear the thoughts of the actor. Like he's not prepared. You can already hear his thoughts. Would you like that? But you lose the ability to lie. You can never lie.
I'll do it. I would do it so that I could hear what you're thinking. Yeah. And then if you're if you're underprepared in an audition, or oh Lord,
you already know.
I'm like, okay, thanks.
Next.
Ata jongea. If, like, for instance, if you had Neville's thoughts before he came for the audition, you'll have told.
You're the first ticket in the premiere of that thing. Okay, I like that. So you would definitely take the ability to hear people's thoughts. I love it. Yes. Okay, next questions on the game, If the Catch Was, would you accept 200 million Kenya shillings if the catch was you'd never see your face in the mirror again or any other image of yourself?
Should I just send you my M-Pesa now or later?
Okay, we already catch the drift. You're taking the 200 million.
I'm taking those shrooms. Guy, 200 million.
Hey, never seeing yourself ever again.
As it is, I already struggle to see myself on TV and in film. I'll tell guys to go watch stuff. Like, I'm going to plug my shit again just real quick. I'm going to say The Undiscovered Pod on Instagram is coming out soon. But you can be assured I did not watch it. My partner watched it for us. I did not watch it. Me, I shot it.
Oh, I love it. I shot it. The last words by man like Charles Ouda on Trace Drive. Thank you very much for coming through. We appreciate you once again for all your contributions that you have made to the culture, and the more that you keep on making. You've told us about Talent Studios and everything you're trying to do, so also that, congratulations to you, and with everything that you plan on doing, may you get more energy, more zeal and more psych to continue killing it. Okay, is there anything you want to tell the audience? Is there any message you want to spread before you leave us?
I got two IG pages I need you to follow right now, just real quick. So pull out your phones. Okay, I'm going to assume that they're in your hands already.
Yes.
So pull out your phones. The first one I want you to follow, this is a big one because we are launching at the end of this month at The Undiscovered Pod. It's an undiscovered podcast about music you haven't heard from, new artists, but also musicians you haven't thought about in a really long time. And we get to, me and my partner Shiro, we do some really great things and test out new experiences. And for all you actors out there who are looking for that next step, who are looking for some training, I got another IG page I want you to follow. So go on, search for at @the_talent_studio_. That is run by myself and Nice Githinji, one of Kenya's greatest, finest actresses. Actors, actually. I don't like the word actress. I mean, we're all actors.
Yes.
Right? So, one of the greatest actors in this country right now, and we run this school together. We're out here trying to create a consistently running actor education for anybody who is interested in the craft at any age.
Nice.
That's where you can find me generally. If you already follow me on Instagram, to say the words of Tony Stark from Age of Ultron. Yay!
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank
of course, to Trace_FM_Trace Drive_ Neville_ with Mr. Fabz.